Hi everyone, and welcome to another game of Empire Total War. Today I am playing the Maratha Confederacy, which for those of you who have not played the campaign, which if you haven't you should, is the Indian nation. And my opponent is playing as the Americans. For this battle, my army consists of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units of Indian line infantry. They have some other name. I can't really pronounce it. Skirsha musketeers or something. I might even attempt it. And then I have the 4 units of cavalry. They're heavy cavalry. I'm not going to try to pronounce their name either. But there they are right there. On my 2 flanks, I have on each flank, I have 3 units of the Ishka warriors. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Don't hold me to it though. They're melee troops, sword and shield, old-fashioned kind of guys. I have 3 units of them on my left and right flank. Okay, my opponent's army, which all the way over here. His line infantry consists of no other than United States Marines. So, going up against United States Marine Corps today. The very early United States Marine Corps. He has 1 unit of household cavalry. His general's bodyguard. He has. Oh, I'm sorry. He has 2 household cavalry units. He also has skirmishers hidden in the woods over here and over there. So anyway, as this battle starts off, at first I thought my opponent was going to come in the middle, which just based on the ground level, because he would have had the advantage. But he decided to stay where he was, and at that time I wasn't really sure why, but ended up because he had basically troops hidden. So his advantage was there, but you see him, he's going to move up a little bit. Here he comes. My idea for this battle is that I knew that my musket men, simply because they're not European in nature, are at a disadvantage when it comes to any type of other line infantry, especially elite units like United States Marines. So my idea was to have my line infantry hold him while on his flanks I brought around these Kishka, or how do I pronounce that? Shishka or something? I don't know. The melee troops over on both of his flanks, and I was going to get him from behind. So that was the idea. Didn't really work out. I moved my cavalry over to his far left flank, just try to harass him a bit. I knew he had something hidden here, but I wasn't sure exactly what it was, so I brought this cavalry unit, which was irregular cavalry, was the description of it. They have some type of bow or gun. Yeah, they have guns. See them right here. But he had cavalry hidden in the woods, which were 2 regiment of horse. Charged through the woods and smack into my cavalry, which I had my cavalry retreat because they weren't going to be any match, but unfortunately I did not retreat them in time. And this cavalry unit, it almost routed, but manages to hold its ground. I think for some reason he retreats. Oh, because I brought in my other cavalry. But this was the first engagement in the battle, and I do rout his cavalry here, mostly just because I outnumbered them. But they began to rout, but when he retreated them, they were saved, because he also has these Morgan Rifle Corps troops, which are basically skirmishers, elite skirmishers. But after this little battle in the woods, I pull my guys back, and he pulls his guys back, and we hold it there for now. Anyway, my melee troops, the warriors, are in the woods over here. Now, they have the ability to hide in the woods, so they were hidden for a period, but now I'm moving them up. And on my right flank, I have my other warriors coming from over here, but they began to get shot at by these long riflemen which are skirmishers once again, who he had hidden in the woods that I didn't see, and when they popped out, they kind of surprised me. But when I'm getting shot at, I really don't have much of a choice but to charge in. But he began to pull his guys back, seeing that I was going to charge, but then he came forward again, which was somewhat of his mistake, because I'm just going to charge in after him. I have no choice. I don't have guns. Swords and shields today. But when he sees this, he begins to pull back his riflemen, his skirmishers, and over, you see in the background here, he starts to bring up 2 units of his cavalry. So this unit is attempting to chase him down, but it's not exactly going to work. And then these 2 units right here are actually hidden right now, so he couldn't see them. But right now our line infantry are staring each other down right now, basically. These other warriors right here are also hidden in the forest. And then just back here I have 1 cavalry unit and my general's bodyguard, which happens to be an elephant unit. Alright, so my warriors and his cavalry engage over here. Household cavalry, it's not the best cavalry, but it's not terrible cavalry, and I mean any cavalry against any infantry, it's going to be a hard fight for the infantry, but my guys end up routing, though they will come back eventually. But anyway, I think he's distracted by that little engagement, so I brought my warriors to come and hit these U.S. Marines from the back, and that's just when our line infantry engages. He puts his guy in a square formation to stop me, which I used to do, but I've recently learned that putting your guy in square formation to stop an infantry charge is not the best idea. But what my opponent does to try to help his infantry is he brings his household cavalry in from the back, which does help. I mean, while they are showing to route right now, they do not route right away, and there'll be an engagement over here for a little while. So, unbeknownst to me, apparently the U.S. Marines have a longer range than normal line infantry, so I had to move all the way up and start shooting these guys, so I was already at a pretty big disadvantage. I brought these guys to fire into the flank of this unit right here, which is going quite well. I did manage to rout one of his U.S. Marine units, and I began to come around the flank. Over in the woods, though, I didn't have as much luck because our cavalry engaged again, and basically what you see here is the exact same engagement we watched earlier, but this time he ended up routing my guys. But I didn't bring up more warriors I had on my left flank, and they're going to be engaging the cavalry over here. So anyway, I outflank him right now on both sides. I have this unit from behind over here. I have units in the front doing the main assault, and I also have him on his left. My problem is that his U.S. Marines are just quality-wise, is 20 times better. Well, maybe not 20 times, but they certainly are a lot better than my line infantry, which India is clearly not known for. So my guys in the center begin to rout just from the overwhelming firepower and accuracy of his United States Marine units. As you can, like I said before, his entire makeup is U.S. Marines, which I have never seen United States Marines unit before, so I was kind of impressed. But anyway, so my warriors over here on the left flank, now that I got them deep in this melee or close quarters engagement, are doing pretty good. I mean, bayonets can only go so far when you're fighting a guy that has a sword and a shield. But he also has cavalry in here, which is pretty cool. So anyway, he brings in another unit of Marines to help combat my warriors, and my center basically completely broke down. I didn't know it at the time, but this line infantry compared to the Marines just cannot compare. So my opponent is beginning to collapse in on the few remaining units I have. In the woods over here, once again, it's my warriors against cavalry. Not the best engagement, but luckily for me, his while right now it's saying they're winning decisively, my troops do manage to rally and begin to rout his unit of cavalry. So anyway, basically he split my army in half. He destroyed my center. Those are all my guys dead right there on the ground. And on his left and right flank, I have troops fighting. But now on my right flank, unfortunately, my warriors did give way after a well-fought fight and begin routing. Which, I mean, they didn't begin; they already are. And then he comes into my line infantry, which immediately, when the first two guys are engaged, they give up. They're running for the hills. Anyway, like the first unit of warriors, you may remember that began to rout. They stopped routing, and I managed to hide them in the woods over here. So they're hidden right now. My opponent can't see them. So for all he knows, that everything over here is routing, which is not the case. But basically at this point, I was pretty screwed. I mean, I have my general's bodyguard right here that's just hanging out. Okay, over here, I just have my melee troops left, my warriors, 2 units of it, going up against these United States Marines. Luckily, he didn't really get to shoot before I got there. I mean, he got 1 or 2 shots off. I don't even know if they hit anything. That's just how pointless it was. I mean, it was a good try, though. So, he basically sent all his units in the melee mode to come after my guys. So it's 2 of my warrior units, which are designed for melee, so luckily they're fighting the good fight against 4 units of the United States Marine Corps units, 1 long rifleman unit, and there's his general. I guess you could call him George Washington. Well, I don't know if that really looked like George Washington, but doesn't really have a mustache from what I remember of the pictures. But anyway, that's what he has over here. Now on my over here on like the center, which now become the center, used to be my right flank, I send in this cavalry, kind of knowing that the jig was up per se. Just engage his cavalry. Are they winning? Oh nope, they're losing. I mean, they're also getting shot at by Marines, so not much luck there. I did manage to rout his unit, of course, though. He only has two horses left in that unit, so I did manage to rout it, so it wasn't pointless, but yeah. So now my cavalry is engaged with his Marines, and the Marines begin to rout, but my unit will surely be destroyed shortly. Alright, so I bring up my general, because I don't really have much of a choice, I have no other units, and my general is this guy right here on the elephant, chilling. It looks like, it said he was a range, though I don't understand, because I don't see a gun anywhere. But he said he had some type of range attack. But basically, they just get shot apart by the Marines. I mean, elephants are cool and big and all, but they still get shot. I mean, they still get hurt by bullets. Just took out my general right there. My general dead on the ground. Heroic death, von Kaiser. If anyone knows, that's me. So anyway, my warriors here are still fighting a good fight. I sent these guys in after his general, just to annoy my enemy. Where's the supposed George Washington? Oh, he's right here. He's in the mix of it. And my other unit's holding off his Marines right here. But I mean, if you think about it, my 2 units of warriors basically caused all this carnage you see around here. So I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, they did a good job. Oh, and I thought I didn't end up killing him, but I did. I ended up killing the supposed George Washington with a mustache. It's right there, dead on the ground. My troops are stepping on him. It's right there. But yeah, so I saw his general's bodyguard being out, so I thought I'd come and try to save my other unit, but they wouldn't save. Would not happen today. He only has 16 men left in that unit, so. But now it's my unit who has 31 people left against the United States Marines and the General's Bodyguard unit. Not really working out, per se. You may have remembered I had 3 units of the warriors on this flank over here. This unit came back from routing, has 47 men in it. They're currently hidden, or well, they were hidden. And I decided to retreat to get on top of a hill. I also have this unit over here, which is still hidden. But my opponent, just from remembering that I had a unit that had stopped routing, knew that he was somewhere over here, so he brought in his marine unit right here to try to find him. I mean, I'm pretty sure, it was pretty dead obvious that he was in the woods over here. It's just a matter of fact of finding them and making them unhidden. So at this point, I have 2 units left. I have 1 warrior that hid in the woods over here, and I have another warrior right here that should be hidden in the woods but isn't. He has 1, 2, 3. He has 4 units of the Marines over here and 1 unit of the Marines right here. So it's safe to say, while there may be a fleeting hope of victory, I am losing. I'm going to speed it up a little bit here. It's just a bunch of walking. Save you guys some time. He ended up, his Marines came close enough where they found my unit. So I go in for the charge before he can shoot at me. Enough to the point where I'll lose as many people in routing. But they do manage to hit a few guys, but they made contact. So now it's just a brawl. I mean, I honestly, looking back at this battle, I would have brought more of these warriors, because they've killed more Marines than my line infantry ever even came close to killing. Got these 2 duel to the death over here. Oh, that's not fair. This guy just comes in the battle while they're having a duel. My guy's getting back up, it looks like. At least they're honorable to the point where they won't hit a guy when he's down. You see that he brings over some other Marines to reinforce his Marines that are fighting right here. Because currently, statistically, and whatever it says on the screen right here, I am winning slightly against his Marine unit here. Oh, my guy knows how to take a punch. So both the units begin routing now. What he did is he didn't even have engage in melee. They just started shooting at him. So he's shooting at his own Marines, which he did kill a few of his own guys, but he also killed my guy. So at this point, I have 1 unit left. He's over here. They should be hidden, but they're not. I'm going to speed this up for you. Basically, my idea was not paying attention to the timer, which was up here in the top right. I was going to put them up on this hill right here. I have it fast forward, by the way, if anyone could tell. I put them up on here, thinking that this would be my last stand. But little did I know the clock was wearing down. My opponent today was actually a friend of mine, so luckily this defeat, which if you want to call it that, wasn't too bad. But our people clash right here, and this will be the end of the battle with this final little clash right here, because time ends up running out. And there we go. Technically, as you all see, it's a draw. But if the time limit was longer, I definitely would have lost. There's no way of getting around it. But hey, it was a good game. Good job to my opponent. And officially, if we look up here on the top, it was a draw. So take what you will from it. But I'll talk to you guys later.